Seoul 2025, Jungkook's secret. Promise to Jimin shakes the world. The Korean entertainment world was once again thrown into turmoil in 2025, not because of a grand performance or a public announcement, but because of a single sentence. A story that seemed simple at first has now ignited a fire of speculation and emotion across the globe, refusing to be extinguished. At the center of it all is Jungkook, BTS's golden machina, admired not only for his talent, but also for his sincerity and quiet mystery. His name surged into headlines when whispers of a secret promise he once made to Park Jimin began to surface. For years, this vow had been locked tightly between the two. Now, unexpectedly, it is out in the open, and armies worldwide can hardly contain their shock. The spark, a simple interview. It all began during what seemed like an ordinary interview. Smiling calmly, Jungkook was asked about his bond with Jimin and their most treasured memories together. No one anticipated that, hidden between his words, he would reveal a fragment of something so personal. "There is something I once promised Jimin, something I still keep to this day," he said softly, almost absent-mindedly, yet enough to open a door into a secret that fans had never known existed. That single sentence was enough to spark chaos. Within hours, social media exploded. What exactly was this promise? Fans begin the hunt known. For their sharp instincts, armies immediately began digging through the past. Old interviews, behind-the-scenes clips, and forgotten fan cams resurfaced as fans searched for missed clues. Many believe the promise was born during BTS's hardest years, when schedules were relentless, expectations crushing, and Jungkook, still a teenager, leaned heavily on Jimin, his older teammate and source of strength. Speculation ran wild. Was it a vow tied to unspoken feelings? A pact about BTS's future, to remain together until the very end? Or something even deeper, known only to the two? Jimin's silent reaction. What made the moment even more powerful was Jimin's reaction. He said nothing, only smiled faintly, eyes lowering as though holding back something he could not say. That quiet gesture, captured on camera, sent millions of fans reeling. To ARMY, the expression was clear. Jimin knew the weight of the promise, and he chose to keep it sealed alongside Jungkook. The silence was louder than any words. A story that went viral, the revelation spread quickly beyond fan circles. International media outlets seized on the story, with Japanese reports suggesting the promise dated back to a moment when Jungkook nearly gave up in the group's early days, and Jimin was the one who held him steady. If true, the vow was not just a symbol of friendship, but a lifeline that shaped their journey to this day. Still, not all fans saw it the same way. Some argued the promise had a deeper personal dimension. Jungkook's softened tone and trembling eyes hinted at something intimate, something only two people bound by years of trust could understand. HYBE's silence and growing speculation, adding fuel to the fire, HYBE remained quiet. The agency offered no clarification. For many fans, this silence was more telling than any denial. If the promise had been something ordinary, they reasoned, why not explain? Instead, speculation grew. Was HYBE deliberately letting the mystery breathe to keep BTS's aura alive? Or were they simply overwhelmed by the sudden storm of attention? Either way, the lack of answers only intensified the curiosity. Emotional impact on fans. The story touched fans in deeply personal ways. Across Twitter, TikTok, and fan forums, essays, edits, and artwork poured out. To many, Jungkook and Jimin's hidden promise became more than gossip. It became a symbol of loyalty, trust, and unconditional love. For Jungkook, the moment revealed a side rarely seen. Known for his strength and professionalism, his quiet confession showed vulnerability. A glimpse of the young man who carries secrets too precious for the world. Fans embraced this side warmly, seeing it as proof of his depth and sincerity. Jimin, meanwhile, grew even more enigmatic. His single smile was interpreted as sacrifice, understanding, and devotion, a willingness to protect something sacred even when millions demand an answer. A promise beyond words, On fan forums, theories continue to multiply. Some are convinced the promise is tied to their dreams of the future. Others call it a personal vow to never abandon each other no matter what. Whatever its true nature, one thing is certain. ARMY believes this is no ordinary promise. It is the foundation, the invisible rope that binds two souls together behind the blinding lights of the stage. Perhaps the promise will remain forever hidden. Or maybe, one day, in the most unexpected moment, Jungkook and Jimin will choose to reveal it. Until then, the mystery lingers, fueling countless interpretations. Conclusion: the world is still buzzing, still dissecting every word, smile, and gesture. Yet one truth stands out. Jungkook and Jimin have given fans more than performances. They've given them a story, a bond, and a mystery that will live in ARMY's hearts for years to come. Because sometimes, the most powerful promises are the ones never spoken aloud.